Indian startups are struggling. 10% of those startups, you don't see them making revenue or becoming profitable even the next 10 years.
There are fantastic companies that have come out of the Indian startup scenes. Everything I say is despite those. Because I also want to see India become better and better. And I can see the clear gaps between where the Indian ecosystem is and where the Bay Area ecosystem is. Let's talk about the Indian ecosystem. Number one issue with the Indian ecosystem is the power imbalance between VCs and founders. There's very few VCs and they feel like they have ball control. Founders come to them, they get to pick. Number two, the amount of capital that these VCs have. So what happens in India is because they've raised so much money, you end up funding these companies more than the value they deserve to have. Third, the outcomes are just not as big. And usually in a venture, all VCs don't win, but even the funds that have to work, one or two companies drive most of your returns in a fund. And so those companies have to be enormous outcomes for you to actually get that 4x on your fund. If you look at outcomes in America, the obvious ones like Facebook.
Yes.
You look at Palantir today, like a new age one. That's a $250 billion company. And then you look at the outcomes in India, even the good outcomes, like you look at Zomato. The biggest outcome I think is still Flipkart. I think that was a $16 billion outcome. 16 and 250 are very different. 16 and 1 trillion are very different.